Okay, let's get started with the big focus in the political situation in the valley. Another provocation. Separatist leader Syed Arisha Gilani has demanded that the Amarnath Yatra be cut down to 30 days. And if that was not enough, there was brazen display in his rally of supporters waving Pakistan flags and chanting pro-Pakistani slogans. Gilani was addressing a crowd at Tral, where he reached to offer condolence to the family of Khalid Muzaffar Wani, the youth killed in the Tral encounter in April this year. Now, during the rally, Pakistan flags were also raised once again, echoing the statements from the Pakistan Foreign Office yesterday. Gilani also spoke on the Kashmiri Pandits and said that the displaced Pandits should not be settled in a separate colony. This is not the first time that Pakistan flags have appeared in the valley. On Pakistan's National Day in March, separatist leader Asia Andrabi unfurled a Pak flag. Then on 15th of April, Gilani supporters waved the Pakistani flag in Tral, following which a case was filed against him, his aide Masarat Alam, as well as others on sedition charges. Now let's cut across live to Srinagar, from where Shuja ul Haq in fact joins us now. Shuja, clearly in terms of the preparations for the Amarnath Yatra, we heard Jitendra Singh say that basically the people who organize this Yatra, all decisions are to be left to them. At this point, with those statements coming out of the Gilani rally, should we expect that it's the state government really which is looking at all arrangements? Is the BJP and the PDP on the same page as to how to go about really these statements?
Well, Smita, you and me know this is at the end of the day the prerogative of the Amarnath Yatra Shrine Board that is designated to conduct this Yatra, and it is headed by the Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. He takes everyone into account, particularly those people who are the stakeholders in this entire process, and that's how the timing and the duration is decided every year. And it's not like there is a fixed timing or the duration. It depends on the weather conditions and the kind of snow that is en route this yatra. So it's absolutely up to the Amarnath Shrine Board, which is headed by the government. Of course, the government will have the have to provide the security and other arrangements for it. But having said that, what Gilani yesterday pointed out is not something new. He has been saying this for a long time. In fact, there were many seminars that were conducted on this for last few years, and they've been pointing out that Amarnath Yatra should be limited, giving ecological balance as a reason to their point, which is clearly counterpointed by a lot of people who are criticizing their meddling with the Amarnath Yatra.
But
that having been said,
Shuja, for a state that is still reeling, of course, under the effects of those devastating floods, a state that needs tourism really to be driving it, what is the local sentiment like on the ground?
Well, Smita, one needs to understand that there is a divergent point of view when it comes to tourism and yatra. Yatra is mostly seen in a very different viewpoint by locals. A lot of people think that the yatra does not bring a lot of revenue in terms of tourism, because there is a specific focus by whoever comes. He goes to a particular place and leaves again from the valley. But as far as the tourism is concerned, there are definitely a lot of stakeholders who want people come here, who want them to spend more and more time here, so that at least some revenue comes to the state, which definitely needs it a lot at this point of time.
Well, thank you so much, Shuja ul Haq, joining us, of course, from Srinagar with all that update, and we will keep tracking this Amarnath Yatra, the build-up to it, in fact, and all the political statements that pour in as well in the run-up very closely.